Hey, everybody. Can you believe it? It is episode 100. When I started this podcast, I had no idea if anyone would even tune in. I had no idea how long it was going to last. And here we are, 100 episodes later. And honestly, it took me more than a year to start the podcast after I wanted to because I just couldn't figure out the logistics of it. And then I met a wonderful person who's a podcast coach, and she has helped me produce this podcast for 100 episodes now. So she is amazing. And without her, this would not exist. Without you, it would not exist. So I just want to say thank you so much for listening. Whether you're commuting or walking or folding the clothes, whatever, I try and keep these episodes kind of short and sweet so that you can just take them in while you're doing something else. So thank you. Thank you for sharing it, and thank you for letting me be part of your weight loss journey. So I thought I would start this episode with just a little recap of my story, because maybe not all of you have been here since episode 1, and that is perfectly fine and wonderful. So I have to say, I was not always as comfortable in my body or even as comfortable with my messaging or what I wanted to do in this world. And I was a people pleaser at heart. I was a perfectionist, and I was really not confident at all. I compared a lot, right? So I was always looking at other women, other doctors, and just always feeling like I did not measure up. I would think they were doing it better, and then I would think I was bad or wrong, right? I, especially when my weight was its highest, I had just had my second son. He was actually a year old. So I can't even say like right after the baby. I gained weight after Owen was born. So I was the heaviest I ever was and just feeling tired all the time. I felt like I wasn't doing anything right. I was so disappointed in myself. Here I was, a doctor. I did feel pretty good about that. I thought I was a pretty good doctor, but I just couldn't figure out this weight thing. And it had been something I had struggled with for so long. And the only time I had ever been able to lose weight in the past was super punishing. Like I would over exercise and undereat. I was neurotic about writing everything down. I would get so upset when the apps would say I should be losing weight, but I wasn't losing weight. It was bad. I tried every diet, like you name a diet. I've tried it, so I can tell you all about it, all the diet rules about it. Okay. And I just knew I needed to figure out something different. I was introduced to life coaching and this idea that our thoughts create our actions, and that just blew my mind entirely. It seems like a pretty simple concept, but I had certainly never been taught that I am in control of my thoughts and that that's not fair to say. I did not understand how definitively our thoughts create our results. So when I had thoughts and then I didn't like my results, I did not put those two things together. I did not get that connection until I was introduced to coaching, and that really changed a lot for me. Then I decided I was going to try something different. I started getting interested in anti-aging medicine, and I got certified in lifestyle medicine. And I really wanted to go back to just more of a whole foods, less processed, less sugar. And that's what I tried to do, right? So I came up with a protocol and a plan using nutrition as the bricks, as the base layer, and then coaching as everything else. Going in with the thoughts of I'm trying something new, this curiosity, this compassion, that I had worked backwards, knowing that would provide me with the motivation to keep going, right? So the way you do that, here's a little aside, if you want to feel motivated, because motivated is going to provide the actions you want, you need to figure out what thought, what sentence in my brain can I think that spurs that feeling of motivation. And I realized after a few tries, right, that what I needed was to feel willing to keep going. I needed to feel this drive to not stop because I knew if I just kept going, I could figure it out. And I think where I was before all this started was that I was so tired, I just didn't want to figure it out anymore. So that's the feeling I was going for, was this curiosity, this willingness. And so you hear me say curiosity and compassion a lot because those were the two feelings I needed to have the actions that caused me to lose weight. So I had to work backwards and think of those thoughts. And so that is how I learned how powerful our thoughts can be. And that's the process that I used. But when I was being this people pleaser perfectionist, I just, it was a bad place, right? I didn't want to keep going with my weight loss plan. I just thought that was it. I just thought I was going to be overweight and sad and tired all the time. And that really was making the effect that had in all of my relationships was not good, as you can imagine, right? So if I'm in this place where I'm thinking, I'm just, this is life and it's sad and I don't like it, you're not really going to go out and have fun, right? It's like a it doesn't work, right? There's cognitive dissonance there. Your brain is like, I don't want to. And you're like, this other part of you, your life is like, but we got to keep going, right? So when I started to figure this out, that really clarified for me, like, how can I put that together with doctoring and my nutrition stuff that I had learned, and helped start me on the path to creating this podcast, to creating my coaching program. And so 100 episodes later, here's what I've learned, and I will tell you the new tweaks and what to look forward to coming up. So what I learned most of all is weight loss really is not about the food, right? Food matters. I do think sugar matters. I think that processed foods matter, but it really comes down to your self-talk and your mindset. And the self-talk, I think, is what makes or breaks you. It is your ability to manage your thoughts and to take the power back in your thought creation that can really make a huge difference here. Second, I've learned, GLP-1 medications have changed the game for so many women, and it really helps open up some space for these thought creations. But the truth of the matter is, those medications will handle the hunger. GLP-1s handle hunger. They handle some of the mind chatter, but they are not going to handle the habits. And so I think coaching and what you learn here from me is the perfect companion to a GLP-1 medication. So if you're listening and you've been listening, you know that I'm always talking about habits. I'm talking about these mental switches we can make, these thought errors that we have, and how to redefine those. And that, along with a GLP-1, is such a good synergistic relationship, and I think can really help people and create this true food freedom. The third thing I've learned is that you don't need someone telling you you're doing it wrong. You don't need yourself telling you you're doing it wrong. It's a little bit of that self-talk, right? What you need is someone just reminding you, like, we just take it one step at a time, and you are capable, and you are not broken, and thoughts are not easy to change sometimes, but food freedom is possible. And that's kind of the heart of this podcast. When I started, I could tell you that I really wanted to focus on mindset, right? I really wanted this podcast to be all about mindset with some tactical tips and tricks in there. I think what 100 episodes have evolved is where I see my program going, and that is what I've created and what I will be launching, and all these pieces go together is the Food Freedom Plan. And that's the umbrella that really is going to tie all of it together. So it's the nutrition piece that I have learned and been certified in. It's the mindset piece. It is the GLP-1 support if you're on a GLP-1. It is about emotional eating and the freedom you can have when you sort of can get those little things in check. And it's about hormones and movement. Just recently got certified from the Menopause Society. So I'm menopause certified now. And so it's like I've been searching for all these little pieces, and now I really feel like there's a comprehensive way to put them together into a plan that can really help everyone no matter where they're at. And it doesn't just focus on one thing, it is about your whole body as a person and all the pieces that go into making you as well as possible, right? Not just losing weight, but being well and being healthy and doing all of those things. So that is where I see the next 100 episodes going. That is where my business will be going. That is where all of my new programs and new launches will all be focused around this umbrella where we tackle all of these things. So we're going to tackle the nutrition, the mindset. You'll get GLP-1 support if you're on a GLP-1. You will get all of your emotional eating tools. You will get all kinds of movement tips and tricks, and that hormone support. Now I feel I'm in a much better place to provide that as well. Not just our hunger hormones, but for all you ladies in your 40s and beyond who are experiencing some hormonal changes that come with this menopause transition. It can wreak havoc. Like, even if you had a great plan 10 years ago, it can kind of change it up. So the food freedom plan is going to like be this little umbrella that has all of those things in it, so that I can really support you from all of those angles, so that you can become the best you as you move forward, as well as you can be, right? It's all about being healthy. It's not just about losing weight. So I hope you'll stay with me for the next 100 episodes. Again, I cannot thank you enough for listening. So please, please, please share this with a friend, or just, send a little message out and let me know you're there. And if this has been helpful to you. So here's to the next 100 episodes. All right, everybody, have a great day.